A group of couples who got married in Hampton Roads are still waiting to get photos from their wedding photographer. Nearly a year after tying the knot.
And tonight, those missing memories and the photographer who says the situation is beyond his control. 10 to your side, Geena Arevalo has this story for us. Geena, this is a frustrating situation.
Yeah, pretty much for all of the couples involved. That photographer tells me he's fallen on hard times, but he says he has every intention of getting the couples their pictures. However, the brides and grooms I spoke with say at this point, they're not sure they ever will.
The last time Alexis Roberson went to a courthouse, she was getting her marriage license with her soon-to-be husband. A year later, they're back, but this time they're in small claims court for a case against their wedding photographer.
Upset. Yeah, I'm just angry and upset and sad too because I just want my pictures.
The Robersons filed a lawsuit against Chris Helms, the owner of Fantastic Photography. The couple booked Helms to capture their big day in September 2018.
We found him on the knot. I just liked his photos and he was in a really good price range.
They received about 20 preview photos after the wedding and anxiously waited for the rest.
He still was saying that he was moving households, then he switched to he was sick and his girlfriend was sick. The contract said up to 20 weeks because family illnesses or anything like that.
But the 20-week deadline came and went, so the couple decided to take legal action. They expected to see Helms in court for their hearing, but he didn't show up. A judge ordered Helms to hand over the photos or refund the couple's money within 10 days. Since they never received the pictures or the money, a default judgment was entered in favor of the Robersons. The Robersons are one of 5 couples we've spoken to. 3 of them provided these photos from their weddings. They all hired Helms to photograph their wedding, but they say he didn't fulfill his end of the contract. Courtney Sanders was the first to contact 10 on Your Side about the missing memories. The only photos she has of her November wedding were taken by guests.
There was times when I would call, he wouldn't respond. Then I'd call again, he'll say, oh, I can't talk. And then I'm like, okay, well, what's going on with my pictures? Then his response would never be to the pictures, it would be about his health.
Sanders went back online and soon realized she wasn't alone.
There was another couple that posted a review recently, same scenario, and this individual left his email and his phone number. I called him immediately.
Of the 5 couples, 3 of them only got a small number of photos, while the others didn't get anything at all. 10 on Your Side got a hold of Helms by phone and asked for an on-camera interview, but he wasn't willing to meet in person. He claims to still have the photos, but Helms says he's dealing with multiple health issues. He says he doesn't qualify for health insurance, therefore causing his health to decline and leaving him unable to work. In a statement, Helms apologized and placed blame on the government, saying the event should never have been outside of my control or ability to handle, as the government had to break its own policies to cause this damage. He also says, quote, if I don't focus first on getting healthier, I can't get anyone anything. We asked Helms if he's reached out to other professionals to help him in getting the couples their photos. In a statement, he says his health limits his ability to ask for help, and he also added it doesn't make sense to do so. Helms says the time it would take trying to find a qualified person to help him would be better spent working on the actual backlog. A statement regarding his health and service is now up on his website. With their first wedding anniversary fast approaching, some of the couples are weighing their legal options, but all of them tell 10 on Your Side they're losing hope.
I have to find a way to recreate those memories through other people's eyes. I mean, it's not even about the money at this point. I just want the pictures.
I don't want other people to have to go through this.
The couples each paid Helms between $1,000 and $1,700 for his services. Helms says he spent the money on medical and living expenses. There is a database on the State Attorney General's website where consumers can see whether a complaint has been filed against a business. We'll have a link for you on our website at wavy.com. Geena Arevalo, 10 on Your Side.